Moving abroad?
Done it.
Abroad?
Female? No. Living in a different country? Yes.
Not abroad.
That's right, yes.
This is the pod for you.
Good. Listen to the Bitter Balls podcast to join Ben
And Rob.
in the Netherlands as we discuss all things expat, Holland, and more.
Why are we doing this podcast, Ben?
Very good question. We're doing this podcast because we're a couple of expats living, abroad, obviously. I'm from the UK, and Rob.
I'm from the US.
And so we've both lived in different countries before, all over the world, and we have got a fair bit of experience and insights into what it's like being an expat.
Yeah, we're live. I'm going to crack open the first beer, and we're off to the races.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So this week we are doing 3 different types of beers that are all part of the same, not company, not brewery, but it's like a project called,
a brewery.
Called Bird.
Yep.
Bird Brewery. Cheers.
Cheers. This one. What's this?
Here we have 3 Little Birds. It's an orange IPA from Spain with H2OL Brewing.
It's kind of weird.
It tastes a bit like
Yeah. What's that thing it tastes like? I don't have the best taste palette for remembering stuff.
No, I know there's another orange beer though, like Shock Top in the US that
No,
we have a beer called Shock
yeah.
Top, and it's an orange flavored beer. It's really good.
I feel like, to me, it tastes like if you shouted orange near a can of Heineken.
A mix of oranges from Valencia, a good dose of aroma, hop, and the creativity of 3 breweries makes the orange IPA fresh, easy, drinkable, and surprising.
You can taste the 7%. I will say that. The taste is quite strong. It's also,
yeah, but it is. I think it is very drinkable. It might not have might not be the most delicious beer I've ever had, but it's.
You could do it. I think if it was really cold, maybe at a barbecue.
Yeah.
Let me get a situation. It is kind of creamy. Kind of creamy.
But it's. I think you would be. It'd be nice to have outside on a sunny day.
Yeah.
One of those beers.
I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 4.
Good rating system.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, where are we starting today?
So today we're going to talk about the Dutch bicycle culture and just bicycles in general, what our experiences have been with obtaining bicycles at first and learning how, we both knew how to ride them.
I had stabilizers for the first month.
But, oh my God. In the US, we would call those training wheels.
Training wheels, yeah, of course. Big word. It's a big word.
It's definitely a big word. It's not that you have to relearn how to ride a bicycle. It's you have to learn how to ride a bicycle in a culture that's so open to bicycle riding.
Yeah, that's how people get around.
It's the etiquette.
I have found out a few interesting little things about Dutch cycling. Let's start at the start. Why do the Dutch cycle?
Well, the Dutch cycle because it's easy, and it's easy because the Netherlands is flat.
That is what I would have thought. And I'm guessing that's part of it as well. I think that's part of it. But there are 2 other reasons. Traffic accidents and the 1973 oil crisis.
What?
Yeah. So, back in the day, when everyone was buying cars, there was loads and loads of traffic accidents. Apparently 3,000 and something people died each year, including 400 children.
Every year.
In road accidents. Either in Holland or in Amsterdam. I'm not sure. But a lot. So they started a little protest called Stop de Kindermoord. What do you think that means?
Well, kinder is children.
Uh-huh.
So, and I'm guessing murd is murder. So stop murdering children.
Stop murdering children. It's a catchy slogan for a protest.
Yeah.
That'll catch on. And that was the thing. Stop the Kindermoord. And then the other reason is the oil crisis. 1973.
They had an oil crisis here? Or
in the whole world. What does it say? Oh, the US and the UK and France put an embargo on, I want to say Saudi Arabia. I've lost a bit. Syria? Israel. Somewhere in the Middle East, there was an oil embargo. And, so then nobody could pay for oil, and that's why they started biking.
And that's what really jump-started the
I think. Yeah.
the overhaul of the culture, the transportation culture, to adopt bicycling.
Child deaths and oil prices.
Child's deaths and oil prices.
And I just thought it because it was flat.
I think it helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah, because you don't have to go up any hills. When I go up over a slight bridge of like a 10-degree incline, I stress out about it.
Yeah, that's when I came here. I heard the Netherlands is flat, and then I got here and I was surprised by some of the bridges going across the canals. Almost at a 45-degree angle that you're going up, and then it peaks and goes back down. You really have to
trough over them.
You have to stand up for some of them to really pedal over it.
Yeah. What bike do you have? What would you if I said, what kind of bike do you have? In international context, what would you call it?
Well, the bicycle I have is a basic bicycle, but the difference in the U.S., they have them here too. I would say I have a lady bicycle because it droops down. Yeah. But it's not...
It's also known as a Dutch bike.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's... I knew in the U.S. usually always have the one with the bar across.
The bar goes straight. The bar goes just under your John Thomas.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas here it goes down.
It droops down. Yeah.
But even though it's the Dutch bike, it was actually a modified English roadster.
And why did they do that? I thought it was for ladies, so that when they were wearing dresses and skirts, they can get on and off the bicycle.
That does make sense. See, these are all the reasons that I would have thought, but according to this website, which was the first one I saw on Google, so it's probably correct. It does have a skirt protector. It is a ladies' bike, but it's an English safety bike.
Okay.
But every other country has not kept up with this. We've all gone on, like Italy, Germany, England, they've gone on to the sportier, more colourful bikes.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dutch have stuck with their old...
I'd say I have a pretty colourful bike.
Yours is pretty colourful. Yeah, but it's not like one of the ones you would see at Tour de France.
No, of course not.
No. They're not the best quality, though.
Well, personally, my experience, I lease my bike, like I rent it by month. So I use a company called Easy Feats, and it's great. I get to switch out my bike whenever I need to. I had a flat tire once, brought it in. They just gave me another bike. I've had some issues before with other bikes. They fix it away.
They keep fixing it, which is great.
Exactly.
But they shouldn't have to keep fixing it.
But if I were to buy a bike, I think that I would have an issue in that it seems like Dutch bikes are more... easily susceptible to some sort of damage.
Well, yeah, that's what happened to me. My first bike, which was one of those boy bikes, I was going to say. Yeah, that cost me, 40, 45 euros. So it was pretty cheap. I got it from a second-hand store. And then the back wheel essentially just disconnected itself mechanically from the bike, not physically. Just stopped working, took it to one place, 140 euros to fix it, didn't believe them. Took it to another place, 140 euros to fix it, and I thought maybe they're telling the truth. And so I didn't really know what to do, so I tried to take it back to the second-hand store. They Dutch customer serviced me right out of there, no discount, didn't give me the time of day. And then I just kind of didn't lock it up one night, and then it was taken apart piece by piece.
Piece by piece. You left it near my house.
Yeah.
And... you didn't have to see it every day. You kind of, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, well, after we tried
every day I would see it coming home, and I'd be, it's near a bike, like where people lock up their bikes. Oh, it's been moved a little bit. Yeah. Someone moved it over this way. And then one day I saw it was down the block, and someone obviously had tried to ride it and realized that it was completely useless and dumped it by a bush.
I really like to think that people kept trying to steal it. And not understanding why the pedals won't make it go, like jumping on it and trying to sneak away really quickly, and then just pedaling into nothing. Into
absolutely nothing. And kick push it.
Yeah.
So when it was laying by the bush, I thought, oh, this is where it's just going to lay. And a couple days later, the front tire's gone. So I sent you a picture of that. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny. At least someone took a little bit of scrap out of it. But then 2 days later, the back tire was gone as well.
Yeah.
So someone definitely had a little use out of it.
Yeah, at least it's gone to a better home.
Some pieces of it.
I mean, I also didn't actually fly tip it. You know what fly tipping is?
No, what's fly tipping?
Like going off somewhere and abandoning it, like throwing it in a canal.
Yeah, fly tipping. That would be...
I just didn't lock it up.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's on me, that one.
No, I mean, someone stole it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, it's bit by bit.
Bit by bit.
And with your
Not permission?
Yeah. I gave it the go-ahead. Yeah. I didn't stop.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to my bike. I just left it. I thought I locked it up.
Just imagine they just bring it back to me piece by piece.
So you have, Ben, you have a very interesting bike now.
Well, this is why I wasn't so bothered about that one being stolen bit by bit, because I had to get a bike to go to The Hague to work, so I'd get the train every day. And I didn't really know what people did, because I knew everyone biked to work, but they didn't take their bikes on trains.
No, you can't. I can't take my bike on a train.
But you can if you pay for it, or stay on. But you can't take it on a rush hour. It's just not going to happen. So I got one of those folding bikes.
Oh.
And that was only like 30 euro. That was pretty good. It's from the 60s. So it's got one fold. It's not one of the ones that folds like 6 times, like a... What are those? A transformer. A transformer.
Yeah,
it doesn't turn from like, a Rubik's Cube into a bicycle. Yeah,
I've seen those before, though.
Yeah, that would
be pretty neat.
It folds in half, and then the handlebars stick out, and it's still kind of bulky and clunky.
But at least since you have to travel to The Hague every day, at least it's useful that you are able to take it onto the
Absolutely. But
train.
People don't like me on the train.
Oh, well.
Yeah. But
you're not the only one.
Yeah, it's true. But then I found out that people usually have 2 bikes, one at each city.
Oh, and they just lock it up.
Yeah, each side. I didn't know that, but that does sound quite easy now. But I got my bike, and it's all right.
I've seen people do that with the Dutch rail service, NS, you can get an OV chip card, and they have these things called OV bikes. So at every train station, depending on the availability.
Is that what those are?
Yeah, they're blue and yellow.
They also have OV scooters. I've seen a lot of the same brand of scooter.
I don't know, but maybe. I don't think I've seen an OV scooter, but if it's got that blue and yellow, it might be.
Yeah.
But I know that instead of locking up a bike at different train stations, you can sign up for this OV bike program and then take the train to whatever station you have and either reserve or see if you can pick one up just there. And then you have the bike in that city, that OV bike, and then when you go back to the station, you just leave it there. And it's sort of like a daily rental.
We have those in the UK. You might have seen it in London. The Boris bikes.
Yeah, we have them in New York City as well.
You know Boris Johnson?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, our very own Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Not quite as powerful, fortunately, but far too powerful. Yeah. He's even got the hair thing going on. Weird little quiff that he persists with in his aging years.
I went to Washington, D.C., and they had those scooters. Like, it's just a large... Well, that's what these electric ones are. It's just large push scooters.
Yeah.
But you see these guys in 3-piece suits with their briefcase on scooters.
Yeah.
Electric scooter.
I'm glad it's getting better, because I feel like a few years ago you couldn't, as a businessman, a reputable businessman, push and swing your leg away.
Oh, no, of course not. But it's very funny to watch.
Okay. Better. Obviously, you're supposed to be in a Mercedes or something. But I don't think you could be allowed on a push scooter. You can't rock up to your office in a push scooter if you're a 50-year-old man. But I think it should be allowed.
Hey, it's more environmentally friendly than driving that Mercedes.
Yeah, that's true.
The SUV.
Yeah, but that doesn't really seem to be the worry of many CEOs.
No, not at all.
Not all.
Not yet. Yeah. Not yet. Just continue on bikes just for a little bit. So we're located in Leiden, and we've taken our bikes not just around using them every day, but we've also done a couple different trips. I'm really interested in taking a bicycle trip, like, about an hour, but going out to see something out like the rural. I mean, it's not really rural, but
it's hard to get rural here.
Yeah, but going and exploring some parts of the Netherlands. So maybe if you, the listener, know any good places that are near Leiden that are fun to bike to, a little town or some sort of monument or a really nice castle or some sort of site. I know the Netherlands has loads of things. Just let us know. Any
bicycle from Leiden trip recommendations, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know, and we can plan and do that this summer and take you guys along for the ride.
Yeah, I don't think we'll pod and ride.
I mean,
it'd be a windy experience.
We might. You never know.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
Okay.
Shall we sink these and move on to...
finish these beers.
Beer dos.
You can definitely tell it was a 7%. You were saying that after the first taste.
Yeah, I think you can really tell at the end.
Once you get towards it is still smooth, though.
It's kind of creamy.
So this Bird collaboration is called the Bird Collab Tour. And it started last year in 2018 with 12 different breweries collaborating together in the Netherlands. And now this year they've spread out. Obviously, we just had the one from Spain, but this year it crosses borders with brews, beer, with foreign breweries in every quarter. They kick off with a Spanish topper, yeah. So this is the first beer, and they release them throughout the year. And each one has a very unique little hazard logo on it. You see recycle, obviously recycle your bottles, and a warning saying, do not drink if you're pregnant, like a little graphic. But the name of each of these beers has a cheeky little emblem on the back, and since the first one that we drank was 3 little birds, it has do not feed to 3 little birds as an icon.
I poured one like a Brit and one like a Dutch. You said the Brit one.
So what do we have here?
Oh, sorry. This is the Nog Inge. Inge? Inge. I don't know.
Let me try.
It's got a picture of a duck.
I'm going to go Nog, Eindje. Nog, Eindje.
Yeah, this is nicer. I much prefer this one.
This is definitely a little lighter.
It's a 6%.
6%? Yeah, well,
6% is a good range. I think anything above 6 is a bit much for a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those like 12% Belgian beers.
Nothing like a malt liquor.
I've never had malt liquor.
If you want to have a wild night, have a...
I've never wanted a liquor to be malted.
Malt liquor is just terrible.
Okay, so shall we move on to...
Pros and cons?
Yeah, I forgot to get the list up.
That's okay.
So, Rob, would you like to start with a con or a pro?
Pro or con? I'm going to go... Well, last week we did con first. Con second, so I'm going to do con first.
Let's do con first. Okay, I have a lot to say on this. I think I might have already talked about it, but we'll go back to it. Too many rules.
Too many rules?
Too many rules.
When you're talking about rules, just rules in general, or...
I mean, like, rules like train rules. Rules for... Not like social rules.
Customary etiquette type of stuff?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or just like, if you're in somewhere that might have rules for being in that place, like say you're in the cinema, the gym, or you're on the train, you're on the bus, they have rules. The extent to which these rules are abided by is far too strict for my liking.
There's no leniency
There's
within...
no leniency. And I'm not saying you can't just go and be a dick everywhere. My rule is, if you're not being a dick and it's not caused anyone any problem, let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's... Usually, I think in the US too, that's how most things are.
Unless you get someone who's on a power trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then you get very strict.
See, I just thought all the people who were telling me off for everything were all on power trips, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I think it's just the way things are done
because
here.
People follow the rules.
Yeah. For example, one time, I'm going back to my bike on the train. Well, there's no one on the train. It was the middle of the day. It was dead. And so I folded it up, put it on, but it's much easier to bring it off the train just by unfolding it and wheeling it off. And no one was
that sounds like a big problem for you.
No one was next to me. No one was there. And so I just unfolded it, wheeled it off instead of having to lift it and carry it because it's kind of clunky. And then I got stopped by the conductor, and they're like, "Oh, you have to make sure you unfold it and fold it every time you get on the train." And I'm like, yeah, I would normally if there was people. I'm not gonna like try to purposely hinder anyone's day by doing that. But they were very strict about it there.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever experienced something where the rules have really, I've really been...
Oh, there was one the other day. Our Norwegian friend, Tor, it's his turn for a shout out, I guess. He was carrying his lunch, concealed lunch,
yes.
out of the library to the cafe where he was eating it, and he got stopped and told that he had to
put his lunchbox into his bag.
And when he asked why, they were like, because we can't be sure you won't eat it.
That is that is a very good example.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
It's the rules that...
the library's
you're not killing anyone
by
just...
off in the library a lot. Just for minor infractions. That's my problem. I never purposely... I'll never actually do anything that's going to cause a problem to someone else's day. I'm not going to bust open a fish stew in the library, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to put some sardines in the microwave or something and just ruin the whole library experience for everyone.
But I think I could carry a concealed container. Concealed? No, sealed.
Sealed container, yeah.
Sealed, unconcealed container to the cafe where you're allowed to eat it.
You should be able to, of
I would have
course.
thought so, yeah. The too many rules thing, that does great on me.
So this week's con of the Netherlands is that the rules are a little too strict at sometimes.
Yeah, it's not
unnecessarily
the rules, it's the enforcement
strict. The enforcement of the rules.
Because
yeah, of
these rules are not in themselves necessarily bad. It's just there's a time and a place for enforcing rules. There you go. That's my con. Our con, sorry. Too many rules.
And what do we have for a pro?
So our pro would be no lookalike houses.
It is to the max here.
Yeah,
It is incredible. You walk around here in Leiden or in the Netherlands, there are no two next to each other that look the same. And even with the same style, if you had one like across the canal from you that's the same style, they're all completely individual and unique. And I think that's incredible. It's because it's more of like art. Whereas a house in the U.S., it's just a house.
Yeah.
Or in the UK, if you just have a brick house, like it's just bricks,
Yeah. There's a lot more uniqueness here.
It's
if you're an Instagram fiend, a photographer, or an architecture nerd,
definitely come to the Netherlands. Yeah. You will take more photos than you'll have room for it in storage.
Are we on to US v UK v Netherlands?
Yes, we are.
All right, so this time we're going to do music. And I feel a little bit bad about this one because I feel in terms of music, like last week, the US and the UK stand out a little bit.
Definitely stand out.
And I feel bad that we picked two subjects where the Netherlands is probably going to lose them. Coincidentally, two topics where Netherlands won't perform so well, even though in most they will probably come out on top.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair disclaimer to put there.
Yeah, well, we'll have some more topics.
Yeah. And I was also
today we're doing music.
In terms of US and UK music, it's so broad and so well known that there's not that much to say.
Yeah, there's so many genres.
Yeah,
of course.
it's ridiculous. There's so much going on. Everyone knows about US and UK music.
But if we were to pick some quintessential stuff, so for the US, let's just go with.
Well, who's the all-time number one of the US? Would you say? Because I could give you the UK's all-time number one.
I don't know.
Presley, Michael Jackson.
It might be Michael Jackson.
If you're having a Eurovision of the world, a world vision, and you want to win, who do you, as the US, put in? Your biggest band.
So
Jamaica is putting in Bob Marley. Sweden's putting in ABBA. Australia's putting in AC/DC. Who does the US put in? Not Eurovision, the World Cup. You're taking in number one.
Because I know who you're going to pick, and I don't know who to put against it.
Beatles.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I could also set the Stones, Zeppelin, who? But the Beatles just stand out. Everybody loves the Beatles.
Everyone loves the Beatles. It's one of the greatest bands.
And I would say, well, the problem with Michael Jackson is recent issues, isn't it?
But here's the thing: can you listen to music?
Yes, I can.
And take everything else out of it.
I can listen to good music. Like I couldn't.
That's definitely.
We've got Gary Glitter. He was also a questionable dude. He is a questionable dude.
I don't know who that is.
Gary Glitter, he was a glam rocker and he got done for...
Oh, glam rock, yeah. So like 80s pink hair. So
yeah, exactly like that. And he had a song called Do You Want to Be in My Gang? And then it turned out he was a paedophile.
Ooh.
No, Gary, I don't want to be in your gang.
Maybe for the US, a rapper.
Yeah. A rapper.
Because that is also pretty unique to the US and also more globally...
Dre, Snoop, Biggie. I'd say Biggie. Right, I'm going to pick for you. I'm going to pick Michael Jackson. Because he's got the second biggest selling album ever. All right, anyway, let's move on to the Dutch section because we've been fretting around in America for too long thanks to your indecisiveness.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a fucking ass out.
All right, so I know you have been listening to some actual Dutch music, or Dutch music in Dutch, and I couldn't bring myself to do that, so I've listened to some international Dutch music. Can you name any Dutch bands? I know you know one. Yeah, so the first Dutch band that I listened to, I was doing research here, and I just, there you go. So who's it's Orbelle Goede. No, this one. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing. Can you say it in English? Golden Earring. There we go, yes. Radar Low. Now, I got some more here. I got a second one. Someone's shredding. Yeah. In fact, this is all just a guitar solo. So I'm going to find another song of theirs, which I think you will definitely.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah?
It is Van Halen.
Say that again?
Eddie and I don't know what his brother is. Eddie's the guitarist, and the drummer is his brother. Eddie.
What's
Van
the name
Halen?
of the band?
Is it not Van Halen?
Yeah, Van Halen. They are Dutch.
Yeah.
They were born in some town,
but
they didn't
the
move to
lead
the States.
singer, the lead singer,
David Lee Roth?
David Lee Roth, is definitely not Dutch,
No.
and he was the worst part of the band.
No, that's true.
He was terrible.
Yeah. But
you know,
they moved to the US when they were very, very young. So I think it's still probably yours, even though they were Dutch born.
But you got to give it to them.
Did you have anything you want to say about actual Dutch music?
Okay, so after going to Koningsnacht and listening to some Dutch rappers, I tried to get into some of the new, like modern Dutch music, which is like rap, but not like straight rap, but like hip hop sort of
hip hop R&B,
hip hop pop,
right?
Like hip hop pop. And I found someone called Donnie, and I found someone else called Bogoy Sam, and both of them are really good. It's the same. I mean, it's American music. It's just you just take like American rappers, what they're doing now, cut the beats out, and just throw really good Dutch lyrics over it. So I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds like the music that I already like.
But here is Holland's trump card. This is their Hail Mary pass. All right, it's the end of the 90 or however long you play for. They've gone up for a corner. They're bringing up their keeper. This is their goalkeeper for a last-minute winner.
Is this really a Dutch song?
Yeah.
This is the Six Flags song.
You don't know the song other than the Six Flags song?
I only know this as the theme for Six Flags with the guy with the bald cap doing the pumping, sort of like the shuffle. I only know this as I only know it as a Six Flags song. Got something to tell ya.
This is the Venga Boys with We Like to Party.
Venga?
Brackets, the Venga Bus.
The Venga
You haven't heard
Bus.
of the Venga Boys? They got loads of tunes. They got some of them on you'd hear.
I mean, I probably know them.
Boom, boom, boom.
I want you in my room.
Yeah.
Let's spend that together. Never heard this song. And that's not how you say it. Wait, go back to that. They say it like pizza.
Ibiza.
We're going to a pizza. I'm going to eat a pizza in a pizza.
Yeah.
Even in the US, we would say like Ibiza. Like some people would say Ibiza.
Well, so like it depends how far Spanish you want to go with it. I think you can go full Ibiza.
Yeah, I think that's
when you say that.
Ibiza.
I'm not going to say Ibiza. I say Ibiza. How do I say it? Ibiza.
You wouldn't say
Ibiza.
You wouldn't say TS like pizza.
Ibiza. So that's their probably their biggest claim to fame. That's probably the biggest.
I can't even deal with the fact that she said we're going to Ibiza.
Well, that's how they pronounce it here.
Ibiza. All right. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to our third beer. In our third beer, we have another Bird project with Rock City Brewing, which is in Utrecht.
Oh, look at.
Yeah, and since it's called Rock City, like we were talking music, they have all of their beers that they have are related around rock icons. And the beer that we're having today is called the Jimi Hendrix.
There you go.
Is a session hoppy red.
This looks quite nice, actually.
This is the least, the lowest percentage. It's got 4.2. 4.2, and it's got a little bird on the back playing guitar, saying, "Don't feed it to the bird with guitar."
There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit light.
I think that's what. That's why they have the session in the name.
Okay, I'm gonna give the second beer. The second beer was a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed that one. First beer for me was a 5. The second one was probably an 8. This one 6.5, halfway between them.
I think this one would be my favorite. I'll go with the Jimi Hendrix first, then the duck one, and then the birds one.
Yeah.
Last. Yeah. That first one we had was nice because it was orange, but it was just too strong.
All right. Our last bit.
Lie advice.
Lie advice.
As I cringe.
Now, I thought, you know what we need? We know what we need for this very well-named section. We need a little jingle, but I can't sing. So you know what I did? I went and saw, maybe there's an app for this, where you just put things in and things happen. And I found one.
And what is this app called?
It's called Ditty, actually.
Ditty?
We're not sponsored by Ditty.
Like a little ditty?
Like a little ditty. Are you ready?
That is that is incredible.
Would you like to hear the same song in the style of... That was Amazing Grace, obviously.
Of course.
Would you like to hear it in the style of the chicken dance?
Yes. Laddie, 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 vice.
All right. Live vice theme. I may have added a bit where it said Ben is the freaking king on the end.
That is
a smart little app.
That app is just definitely a little ditty there.
Yeah. Hold on, there was one really good one I saw earlier. You ready for this?
Yes.
This one's pretty dope.
That one was epic.
It sounds like you're on a midnight radio. All right, we're here on midnight radio with my boy Robbie D.
Oh God. So, for those who live in Leiden, a bit of advice that we have for you.
Some light advice.
Something that you probably haven't done. Maybe you have, but we're going to try to hit on things that most people haven't done.
Mm-hmm.
And my advice to you to explore the city and get a new experience in is to try geocaching.
What
Ben,
pray tell is geocaching?
You don't know what geocaching is?
No.
So geocaching it's like Ditty is an app. And it's a GPS-based app.
Does it make songs of any kind?
It doesn't make songs, but...
You're losing me.
It's a treasure hunt.
Huh? You've won me over again. I'm back in. Who doesn't love a treasure hunt?
So what you have to do is download the app, and you'll find a big map, sort of like Google Maps, with little pinpoints. And if you go to the pinpoint location, you will find the name of a cache and some information on how to find it, or some sort of riddle to solve in order to figure out the clue to find this cache. And what a cache is essentially it's either like a little Ziploc bag or some sort of lunchbox.
And there's money in it.
No, there's no money.
Well, it's a misleading name.
Well, there's treasure.
But it says geocache.
Cache as in CACHE.
Oh, so there's a catch.
It's it's a computer joke. So your cache is like your cookies, like all the stuff that you obtain on the internet and stuff like. Yeah. It's sort of like a history is a cache. So you go geocaching and you find these different types of containers that are hidden in public places. And when you open them up, they have little logbooks where you can write your name and see all the other people who have done it before. Yeah. And also there's like take a penny, leave a penny sort of system where there'd be a bunch of interesting little things in there. Whether it's like a sticker or like a little bunny or like just random little items that people put into these caches, and you can feel free to take everything out if you wanted to. But that's not how people usually do it. It's you take something if you put something in it. So you see these. You can go back to the same one multiple times, and each time that you go, it'll be a little different because inside of it will be some different and unique objects. So
how many geocaches have you found in Leiden?
In Leiden, I have found. Let's get an actual number. So I'm going to pull.
But you don't have. This isn't Leiden solely Leiden based, is it?
No, it's not. It's global. I'd say in the Netherlands, there's probably about 5,000 or something like that, and they're everywhere. In Leiden, in the city, like within the walled city.
So, what is the one thing about geocaching that makes you think it's something someone should do?
It's because you get to walking around. It is exploring. You get a treasure map, which is the app essentially, and you go to public parks and to random little bike shelters that have like a little stone or something that you pick up, and there's something underneath it. Or
the treasure is the hunt.
The treasure is the hunt, but there's also
the
treasure.
Journey is the reward.
There's also treasure in the box.
Yeah, but you don't get to keep it.
You can keep it.
But I thought it was left for everybody.
You can take things and leave things.
One man's trash is
another man's treasure. Another man's geocache.
There you go. All right. Sounds good. We'll end on that little sound bite.
I have a lot of this to go.
All right, episode 3.
Done and dusted.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, message us.
We're actually now on Apple Podcasts. It took a minute, but we're there.
And we should be on Google Podcasts.
Soon.
By the time this comes out.
Yeah, hopefully by the time this comes out.
Yeah. We're also on some apps I'm not aware of. Overcast, Breaker, Pocket Cast.
Who are we going to shout out on this episode? Because now that we have some interesting fans, we want to shout some people out.
Oh yeah, we got our
for interacting with us
on Anchor.fm or the Anchor app, spelled as you would expect, Anchor. We got our first favorite, Bertho Smith. Bertho. Looks like Bertho Smith. So
Bertho Smith, thank you for favoriting us on Anchor. He's the number one most engaged and interacting subscriber. He's our number one fan. And Bertho Smith, this week you are our favorite.
And you keep it up, you might be a groupie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Well, Ben, it's been nice. Let's wrap it up.
Always a pleasure.